Everyone. Uh, I'm having my last cup of coffee. I was just sitting here thinking, usually I sit that way, and I'll go back to there because it's not very comfortable sitting here. But maybe I won't. Maybe I'll stay right here. You see these books over here? I sit in the mornings and have my coffee there, and wherever I'm sitting and I can see my books, I love sitting and looking at my books. But and I've had all these books before and got rid of them, and then I started hunting them again because I like sitting and looking at books. But I'm just thinking out loud here. That's all I've been doing, and so I sit and I think. Sometimes I believe I'm an overthinker, but I sitting there looking at them, and I've only got a few authors that I focus on, but anyway, I sitting there looking at them and what I paid for them and stuff, and of course, a lot of these books talk about paying your tithes, right? Well, way back thousands and thousands of years ago, there were taxes back then, and Joseph and Mary had to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem to pay their taxes. Well, in the church, expected people to pay 10% of their tithes, and that was to the church, but it wasn't money. It wasn't monetized. It was like their crops and stuff like that. And then people had to pay pay the scribes and the Pharisees to get a dove or a lamb or something like that to sacrifice to forgive them of their sins. So you think, and I'm sitting here thinking, all right. Well, here in Ohio, that I'm not sure whether it's just 7% or 7.5%, 7.5% sales tax that they charge on everything you buy here in Ohio. Now, I think each state has their own amount of money that they charge for sales tax. And so I look at these books. This book here, brand new, originally cost $10.99. And it's still like brand new. I mean, it is. It's still got it brand new. So the sales tax at the time on $10.99, I'm not going to sit down and figure it out. If you want to figure it out. And so out of all the books that I have bought, I have bought brand new ones, but most of these right here, and I think pretty much all of them are no, there's one or two that's brand new that I bought, but they're used. So whoever bought them before had paid sales tax on them. So now they're used, and now somebody else has come along and paid sales tax on the price that each one of these were. So each one of these books weren't any more than $3 a piece. So 7.5% of that is the sales tax that I paid on each one of these books for whatever price they were. So have you ever stopped to think where your sales tax are going to? I mean, there's a lot of people out here that won't buy certain things from certain companies and won't invest in certain charities because of what they stand for, because of what their promoting. And we won't go into the what different people don't want to promote. But if you see where your sales tax are going, um, and what it's going for, and you don't want to do that, well, what do we do about it? What do we do about it? You know, so like say for instance, so maybe these sales tax that are they're going to the state, in each company that sells whatever they sell, the sales tax from that for their state goes whatever that state or that city or township or whatever decides it's going to go towards. And so I'm sitting here thinking this morning that, all right, so we're paying sales tax. And even people that, like me, that don't, I have a job, but I don't have a job. I'm doing YouTube, but right now I'm exempt from paying taxes. And I'm allowed up to so much to begin with. So, but regardless, all of us are paying taxes, whether we pay income tax, property tax, whatever. All of us that's on this planet, and I'm just going to use Ohio here, but whatever state you're in, if you pay sales tax on things that you buy, we're paying taxes. And some places, like my propane. All right, my propane is almost $4 a gallon, a pound, whatever you want to call it. And then added into all that is different fees. There's the delivery fee, there's the sales tax, there's the there's different kinds of fees that are added in that. So where's all that extra money going to that I'm paying for to ensure that I have heat? Have I looked into what they're doing and what they're with all that extra whatever? No. Have you ever looked on your property tax? Like my daughter was explaining to me, the property tax here in Ohio, they take out for mental health here in Ohio. So when you pay your property taxes here in Ohio, you're paying towards Ohio people's mental health care. Different avenues like that. So, and then to go back to paying tithes, if you go to church and you pay regular tithes to the church, or if you don't go to church and you're not paying tithes of any form to the church, the 10%, we really are still paying some form of tithing in our sales tax, just our sales tax. That's without it. If we own our own property, we're paying property taxes, which goes for many, many different things. And in that is, some of it is tithing. So I'm sitting there thinking, well, we all end up paying some form of tithe, some form of giving the state or companies the ability and the extra money to pay for what they want to pay for, to reach out and do whatever. So I'm thinking to myself, good grief. And that's just like, okay, that Keurig coffee pot that I bought, and I only paid $35 plus tax on it. But it ended up blowing up, so that was wasted money. But they still got whatever that they needed and wanted from me to pay for what they wanted to pay for. So, what do we do about it? I mean, I'm not going to go to all the work to find out where these taxes are being paid to, that we give, that we pay, that we make these big companies wealthy to buy the stuff in the first place. Then added to it is the taxes that where are they all going to? Sitting here listening to different people talk about the wealthy, that they want to make us homeless. They want to do this. They want to do that. Well, first of all, they wouldn't be wealthy if we wasn't buying stuff. There's a lot of things that we do need, but there's a lot of things we don't need. And that was one of the reasons why I started going simplifying, to make my life happy. Not to make the 1% of billionaires and millionaires happy. My job is to make me happy, so I can be there for my family, because I am really matriarch of my family. Although they don't listen to me. Sometimes they do. They listen to my advice and stuff, but it's still my position, as long as I'm alive and as long as I'm healthy, and the knowledge and the wisdom that I have accumulated, and I'm still accumulating, it's my position to inform my family of different things. Well, it's also my position as a citizen of this world, when I know things and when things come to me and I'm just sitting around thinking to myself, well, maybe I need to start thinking out loud too. So this is me thinking out loud for you. So look around your house and think about the sales tax that you have to pay, not just for a book, not just for your phone, your iPhone, your Android, the sales tax that goes into paying for a plan. Where's that sales tax going to? Who else is it helping to fulfill what it is they want in life? Look at that piece of property that you're looking at for $290,000, and the tax that's on that. The tax that you have to pay, which is sales tax, and then the property tax on top of that. Where's all that going to go to? Who is that helping to put us all in a position where we more or less will live the way they want us to live? So I'm thinking the simpler I can go, the happier and the freer I'll be. So I'm thinking, all right, right now I have free internet. My daughter pays for it. Her and her husband pay for it. And as long as, I do have a computer that needs internet to run on if I want to do videos and stuff like that, if I want to get on the web. But I also have my phone. And whatever I pay for, I have the data on there, the internet, that I can put my videos out. So when I get another home, do I have to buy internet? Do I have to have the internet to run my Roku? Yes, I do. Well, what if I don't go that route? What if I go back to antenna? Because all the TVs are still set up to run your antenna, an outside antenna on. And if I want to watch, like get a glimpse of YouTube or something like that, I can do it on my phone. And right now, my phone, this phone that I'm doing this on right now, costs $54.38 a month. That'll give me my internet. That'll give me my connection to the outside world and to my family if I want to call them or text them or whatever. So, simplify. If I want to watch TV, or a movie, I do have DVDs that I can sit down and watch a movie from time to time. But do I want to be doing that? No. So this is all things that I think about and I talk about with the Creator. So I'm just thinking out loud, y'all, folks. So look at all the bills that you pay and the taxes that you pay on it and all the fees and where that's all going, because if you're a very determined person that you're not going to invest your money into something you don't believe in, like whatever charity they might put that towards, or maybe they're putting it towards save the mosquito colonies. And I don't like mosquitoes, so you can get rid of the mosquitoes as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to pay into that purposefully. So what do we do about it if we want that particular company or whatever? So it's just something to sit down and think about instead of thinking about what just happened on YouTube or what they're doing over here or what they're not doing over there. Sit down and think how and what you're contributing to just buying a simple book. Bottom line. So, remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinks in his heart, that's what he will be. So whatever you believe you to be, if you believe yourself to be poor and destitute and ill and sick and you're never going to get well again, well, that you'll be that. And my utmost quote at the end of my videos is, if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, it's going to happen. That's just like as a man thinks in his heart. If you think you can do it, if you think you're a wonderful person, and you're really not really, but on the outside, or that's how people see you, people will start seeing you, and you'll start seeing you, and you'll start doing things that cause you to be a wonderful person. Just my thought. But anyway, so if you believe you can or if you believe you can't, you're right either way. But I choose to believe I can. She believed she could, so she did. You have a great day. Hugs and kisses. We'll talk to you later.